Hey everyone, Michelle here, the Brave Homeschooling Mama. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. A little bit about myself. I am a school teacher turned homeschool mom, and I have two kids, a 13-year-old and a 5-year-old. And I love to help new homeschooling parents navigate this homeschooling world. And I make videos to teach them about curriculum, giving homeschooling ideas, and just some encouragement and motivation. Today I want to share with you all our plans for language arts. I already shared the books that we're going to be using and the curriculum, but I want to show you how I'm putting all this together to do language arts this school year with my 8th grader. So the first thing I want to share with you all what is our core for our language arts. And our core for our language arts is our read aloud. It's the book that my daughter and we read together. And we study it by using arrow guides and boomerang guides. We started this year by reading, we're reading Marge, and my daughter read Marge. I read it before her. This is a graphic novel, so it's better for her to read it on her own. And we paired this book with a boomerang guide. Okay, for you don't know, the boomerang guides and the arrow guides are literature guides from Brave Writer that help us teach our kids spelling and grammar, reading comprehension, and literary elements by using copywork passages. So the arrow guide and the boomerang, they're both separated into 4 weeks, and each week we study a passage. We use that passage, we dissect it, we look at punctuation, we look at spelling, we look at grammar, we look at vocabulary, we look at different literary elements, and it teaches you exactly what to teach your student in the guide. And then at the they copy the passage, and also at the end of the week they do some dictation. So this is our core for our language arts. Like I have shared before, I don't use a curriculum, separate curriculum for grammar or for spelling. The only thing I use are these copywork passages from the books that we are reading. And that helps with spelling and grammar, okay? But this year, not just we're going to be reading, so we're going to be reading a book. Sometimes I'm going to pair the book with an arrow or a boomerang, but sometimes I'm just going to do activities from Rooted in Language curriculum, Trees in the Forest, and annotating literary elements. So these two curriculums are Rita Savasco. They go really well with Brave Writer, and they teach you a lot of the same concept, a lot of the same ideas. And so this one, annotating literary elements, we are going to use to do a plot arc when we read stories. So for next month, I'm going to be reading aloud to her. We're going to be reading Stargirl. So as we work through the story and as we read it, we are going to do a plot arc. And other things that are in here. This book, teaches your child how there's some activities in here to look at poetry and also look at figurative language. This one also, Trees in the Forest, to just give you more ideas of how to use copywork more intentional, how do you use bits and pieces of writing to work in your reading comprehension. There's tons of great activities in here. I have used this book here and there for the last 2 years, but I want to go a little bit more in depth this year, so I'm going to try to show you later on more of the activities that are in here. These are great, and these activities, they work great for kids if you have a kid that struggles with reading and writing and reading comprehension. These are great. So this is from Rooted in Language. So that's what our core is going to be for our reading, our spelling, our grammar. Another thing that I'm adding this year, I saw this, recommended by Mary Wilson. For Mary Wilson, she's a blogger. She used to be Not Before 7, but now she's Mary Wilson, just Mary Wilson. She's awesome. If you don't follow her, you need to. And she recommended this book, Breakfast on Mars. And this is for just essays for you to read to your kids. This is made for high schoolers. So you can, I want to start reading essays with her so she can understand what an essay is, see what good essays look like, and I have looked through this, and it seemed like they're going to be fun essays to read. So we're going to add this. We might do one once a week or once every 2 weeks. We might not go through the whole book this year, but hopefully I will get through this. So this is going to be in addition to what we're doing with our read alouds. Another thing that I'm going to add from Rooted in Language, I have this word study curriculum. So this will help me come up with ideas to do with her when we go through our passages. There might be some words that we need to figure out the meaning of it, and this helps you how to do word study to help your kid or teach your kid how to dissect the word and how to do figure out the meaning of it. So this is a great resource. Okay, so I'm going to be using that in conjunction with our passages in our boomerangs and our books that we're reading. So I said before that we don't have a separate curriculum for grammar or spelling, but I do have 2 books that I already shared that these are things that she's going to be doing independently. We have the Grammar Time, Endangered Animals right here. So this is what she's going to be using just to practice, just to extra review. And I have a walkthrough of this and I will post that so you guys can see it. And also daily grams, just to practice some simple editing. And these are things that she's going to be doing independently, okay, just to get extra practice, and she can do this on her own. So, and the last thing that kind of brings all this together, so we talked about how we're going to be doing our reading and how I pair the arrow guides with with our read alouds. And I will come in here later on and I show you a little bit more in depth of what a boomerang guide looks like and how you can use it with your kid and how I'm using it with my child. So for writing this year, we are going to be using, Faltering Ownership, and I already shared this with you, and I will have a review. I received this in exchange for a review. So I'm going to have a review of probably the beginning of 2020 as I have more time to do more of the activities in here. And we're also going to be doing Building Writing Skills, Level 2 by Critical Thinking Company. And we're going to work on writing, narrative writing, argumentative and persuasive writing, informative and explanatory writing. So this book, I'm going to show you really quick the inside of this book. This goes through the 5 steps or how to write a narrative. So it gives you the 5 steps, okay? And at the beginning of the book, it teaches you how to do it gives you examples of how to use the book and how to do, how to write. Like the first one is a personal narrative. So it goes through the examples of how to do it. And then your child is going to do it themselves. So it gives you your space to do the pre-writing and the brainstorming and the planning. Space to do your first draft. You probably won't do it there, but it has space. So this is great. Very different from Brave Writer, but I wanted to try something different, something extra. So we're going to be alternating projects from here and from Faltering Ownership. Okay, Faltering Ownership is a great, and I can't wait to give you a quick walkthrough of this and a review on this in the next couple of months. And we're also going to be adding, so we'll do this, and then we're going to be doing a Brave Writer class in October for 4 weeks. So when we're doing that class, we're not going to be working any of this. We're just going to be doing the Brave Writer online class. It's called Middle School Projects, and she's going to be working on that for 8 weeks, and then we'll go back to working on one of these activities. So this is my basic plan for language arts. If you have any question, make sure you post them below and I will help you. If you're trying to figure out what kind of things you can do with your middle schooler or your older elementary child students, I can just give you some guidance. Hopefully, so some of the things might be helpful, and I put the link where you can get all this things below. But if you have any other ideas, if you're having a hard time finding something specific, just let me know. I will love to help you out. That's what I'm here for. And one of the things that I love is to help other parents find the curriculum. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do so, and also go ahead and follow me on Facebook and Instagram for more homeschooling inspiration and motivation. I will see you all soon. Bye.